Hi, and welcome to my channel. It is the 15th of July right now when I'm filming this. So we're going to jump right in to all the books that I have finished for the first half of July. I do want to say that if you have not seen any of my shorts, I have been doing a check-in every day in the month of July, and I will continue to do that through July. And then I have crazy things that are happening in August, and you will just have to check out. I think I talk about it in my Herkiad check-in video to see what I'm doing in August, but that video will be coming soon. I'll also have some live streams probably this weekend or early next week to get ready for what is happening in August. So it's going to be chaos here, and I am just making bad decisions left and right out here. Okay, I'm mostly going to go through what I have read and what I rated it, and that's kind of all we're going to talk about for the first half. And then when I come in for the second half, we'll do stats, and we'll look at the new spreadsheet stats that QWERTY made for Herkiad Round 2. So the first thing I read was Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. This I gave 5 stars to. I loved that I kicked off the month with a 5-star read. I thought that it was fantastic. I do a bigger breakdown of these videos of these books also in the video here where I spun for the beginning of July. And so go check that out if you want more information on most of these. I think the first half of these are all in there. So the second thing I read was Mama's Boy by Avery Flynn, and I only gave it 3 stars. I love Avery Flynn. I usually give her romances 4 stars easily, and this one I did not love. I don't like the enemies to lovers, and especially I don't like the way the third act breakup happened in this one. So there was a bit of a discussion about that over in the comments, which I really appreciated other people's thoughts on that as well. Okay, then the third book I read was The Mistletoe Mystery by Nita Prose. This is the last thing that I needed to read for Molly the Maid series, and now I am completely caught up in that series. It was just a novella that took place in between the last 2 books. So I'd already read the last book, and because I didn't know there was a novella, and so I went back and read the novella. And it was very cute. It was Molly again. This had more of like her anxiety about certain things that I don't think we saw in the other books, so I really liked it, and I gave it 4 stars. The next thing I read was Murder at the Kennan Hotel by Brian McClellan. This is part of the Powder Mage series. If you see me looking down, it's because I have it all right here in front of me, and I need to be able to look. So anyway, I gave it 4 stars as well. I really liked it. It's a novella. Again, there's In the Powder Mage series, there's a lot of novellas that we go through to get to the big books, the main books, I guess. And so this was one of those novellas. So it takes place in the world of the Powder Mage people, but it's not any of the characters. Like, we're not following consistent characters through all of it. So it was just nice to be back in that world. I really liked it. Mistborn Secret History was next. I gave it 4.5 stars. If you have read the first trilogy that ends with The Hero of Ages. So if you've read that, The Hero of Ages, I highly recommend this book. This book follows Kelsier and what happens after. So it was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. And so anyway, I highly recommend it. Also, it's just a novella, and it's 156 pages, which is some of the shortest things Brandon Sanderson has ever written, I think. And jumping from very short to very long, I read Quicksilver by Callie Hart, which was my 600-page book for Herkiad. I gave it 3 stars, and I felt like I was kind of being generous with the 3 stars. I did not like it. I do not like a romance book where we only get one POV, because to me, that is not a book about romance. That is a book about the character that I'm hearing from. And if you're going to have a romance that involves multiple people, I need to hear from all the people. I don't care if it's 7. I need POVs for everybody that is involved in the relationship if the book is listed as a romance. Technically, this book is listed as a fantasy romance or romantasy, but still, don't call it a romance in your title if you're only giving me one point of view. It's still a fantasy book about her, and part of her story is that she fell in love. Anyway, I did not enjoy it. Clearly, the comments, not the comments, the reviews seem to be split. People either really liked it or they really didn't like it. So, I don't know, right in the middle. There's not very many people who fall right in the middle. The next thing I read was another issue of Saga, Lucky Number 13. I really liked it because I like where our main two people are going. If you don't know about Saga, it is a graphic novel. It is an adult graphic novel. I was quite shocked when I looked at like page 2 or something and I was like, oh, they do not have clothes on. So it is definitely an adult graphic novel, but it is following a couple who have had a baby, and the baby is the one telling us this story. So I love that. I mean, she's not a baby when she's telling it, and we get things where she's like, I bet you didn't see that coming, like little things like that, which I really like. So I love it. I'm all the way up to issue number 13. The issues are short, like 30 pages or something. So I liked it, and it's one of my 50 before 50 books. Speaking, same thing. The next thing I read was Small Favor by Jim Butcher. Oh, I forgot to say, Saga, I gave 4 stars. Small Favor, also 4 stars. I really am liking Dresden more the further we go in this story. I mean, in his story, there's still elements of him and his misogynistic self that I'm sometimes like, ew, stop. But for the most part, I really like how the story has gone and where the story is going, and that people are evolving, like people that we met before, their lives are continuing. I feel like authors sometimes get trapped in their side characters remaining the same, and I think Dresden or Jim Butcher has done a really good job of making the side characters also have storylines and growth and all that kind of stuff. So I really like it. Then I read another 4-star read, Tilly and the Book Wanderers. And this is the first book in a middle grade fantasy series. And there are certain people who can wander into books. And I can't think of a better premise. Like, I would love to wander into some of the books. Some books I don't want to. But the cool thing about it is you take the book with you and you can read a line and it transports you to that part of the book. So, I don't know. I think it might be cool to do that sometimes. But you can get trapped in there. That's the bad news. Anyway, I really liked it. I thought it was super cute. I will be continuing with this series. Unfortunately, it's starting a new series. So there is that. Starting another series that I only gave 3 stars to is called The Roommates by Allison Lint. This, I'm assuming the whole series is about polyamorous relationships. This one is called Three-Player Grind. No, that's the name of the whole series, not this book. This book is The Roommates. And it's about a woman who is divorced, and her ex-husband is taking the children to Disneyland. And so she's going to go on a vacation to Hawaii by herself. She was going to take the girls to Hawaii, and her ex-husband was like, no, we're doing a trip to Disneyland. And the kids were like, oh, Disneyland. They wanted to go there instead of Hawaii. So she didn't even try to fight. She was just like, all right, fine, I'll go to Hawaii by myself. Then her boss called and was like, I need you here for this meeting. You've got to work. And so she was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to Hawaii. I'm like, what, girl? No. No, none of that. All of it set her up to just be real dumb. And I thought, how's she that stupid? Anyway, while she was gone to Hawaii, she was going to let the girls' swim coaches stay at the house. And they've been best friends forever, the 2 guys. And they decided that maybe they wanted to be more than friends with each other, at the same time that she was like, well, I can't go to Hawaii, so I'm just going to stay home, and now I have roommates. And that's what happened. I did not love it. I feel like 3 stars was actually generous for me. And I bought it in one of those, like, everything is free or everything is really cheap. And so I don't know how many books I have in the series that I already own. So that's something else I need to go through and check as well. Then I read A Lesson in Secrets. So we're back up to 4-star books. This was another Maisie Dobbs book, and it's the best. Like, I love Maisie's books so much. If you guys like historical fiction at all, please read Maisie Dobbs. If you like mysteries at all and you like historical fiction, like, I don't love historical fiction, but I can handle it, especially if there's a mystery, read Maisie Dobbs. They're so good. Jacqueline Winspear does such a great job with them. I love them. Next, back to Brandon Sanderson, still 4 stars, I read Edge Dancer. So the first Brandon Sanderson I read was A Mistborn. Now I'm reading a Stormlight Archive book. So that was really good because I found out what an Edge Dancer was. And this has people, maybe it has like side characters or people we've heard of in the Stormlight books, but it's definitely not any of the main characters from the Stormlight books. This also is considered a novella, even though it's 272 pages, but I guess when your normal books in the series are like 800 or something, then 272 is definitely a novella compared to the rest of the Stormlight books. So that was what I read. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Then I finished up or got caught up again with the In Death series by J.D. Robb just in time for the new book to come out. I think it comes out next month. So I just got caught up and then I'm going to be behind again. But I also gave it 4 stars. I thought it was fantastic and just the same. Like I still love everybody. And also what I was talking about side characters, her side characters don't change very often. And there is a part of me that really likes it that they don't, because I like for them to be the same. I need them to be consistent. Don't be giving me curveballs out of nowhere. But like what I said with Dresden, it would be nice if they had more of their own storyline, because we get little storylines from them here or there, but it would be better. I would like it better if we had more. Like maybe she could just release a book that's all about the side characters, like Peabody. I don't know. But anyway, I liked it just like I like all of them. I just don't understand how she keeps writing them. They're very formulaic and I still love them so much. Okay. Then last night, the last book for the first half of the month that I finished was The Road graphic adaptation. So The Road is written by Cormac McCarthy, and I read it a couple of years ago. I'm not sure when, but a few years ago, I guess. And I really enjoyed it. I loved it so much. And so when I saw this at the indie bookstore back in North Dakota, I was like, oh, I'm picking this up. And then I needed it for an adaptation. And I was like, I'm reading The Road. So I sat down last night and read the whole thing. It was so good. So like it gave me a lot of the same feelings that I had when I read the book. And I liked it a lot. I gave it 5 stars. So I am currently reading Jane Steele. I guess I'm going to pop that picture up where I've been putting the rest, which is another adaptation. But I'm not finished with it. I have about an hour left. I wanted to finish for this, but I didn't. So I probably will finish it today and get ready to start the next thing. But that is everything that I have read so far in the first half of the month. Y'all let me know if y'all have read anything, how it's going. Or if you've read nothing but you're reading something really good, you can tell me about that as well. So any recommendations that y'all have for books, you can leave below. You know, I always love to add to my TBR. And if you're a channel member and you have not left me a recommendation or a prompt, you can do it under this video if you want. Thank you again, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.